Hello, beautiful souls. I'm thrilled to have you with me on this amazing journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Every day we explore motivational content designed to inspire and uplift us all. Your support means the world to me, and I invite you to subscribe and join our supportive community. This way, you'll help me ensure that my content reaches those who need it most. Together, let's navigate this adventure, supporting and encouraging one another as we grow and flourish. Thank you for being here, and let's make every step of this journey count. Hello, beautiful souls. Today, we will discuss a crucial and often overlooked topic: behaviors that we don't always recognize as self-harm. Many of these actions may seem harmless or even beneficial on the surface, but they can be detrimental to our mental and physical health. Understanding these behaviors and their impact is the first step toward healing and self-care. In this video, we will explore these behaviors in detail, how they manifest, and offer strategies for healthier coping mechanisms. When I was finally freed from what I thought was the only form of abuse, I didn't know about triggers, trauma, self-harm, or any of the things I needed to understand to ensure my transition was as healthy as possible. I started behaving in a way that was not in my character. I wasn't mean or aggressive. I was very nice and didn't act in a way that I felt was toxic to myself or my children. I made sure that whatever I did was outside of my home or away from my children if it was in the home. I began to party a lot, having sex with any man or woman I wanted. I felt that since I didn't bring anyone home or kept it away from my children, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I isolated myself from the people in my family who I felt weren't there for me and never let them around my children. To this day, my children know I have a very big family, but they have only met and interacted with a very small percentage of them. I still have an issue with speaking with some of my family, even when they try to reach out to me. I am angry with them and still need to learn how to forgive them. I am not sure if I want a relationship with them, but my children are adults and should be allowed to know their family if they like. I also isolated myself, and when I say myself, I am including my children too, from my ex-husband's family. They have always enabled him and accepted the horrible things he did to people. I don't trust any of them, so I keep my little family away from them. They have tried for years to keep in contact, but they are a very toxic family, so I'm not allowing them into my life. Now, I feel that this one is more helpful than hurtful, but I do know there are some members of his family who I included that don't fit that category. Leaving that relationship, I didn't have to worry about him stealing our money, so I had more to spend on me and my children. After taking care of our household responsibilities, I would spend like crazy spoiling my children for allowing them to have to live in such a toxic environment. I felt so guilty that I would fill up our house with whatever they wanted. I took them on trips and made sure they felt my remorse. I never really cared for myself or how I ate or took care of my body. I went to my annual checkups, but didn't listen to certain pains that I may have needed to express to my doctor, and now I am paying for that tremendously. I would keep toxic people in my life for way too long because I felt they were not as bad as my previous situation, and I grew an attachment to their children, and our children were close. I didn't seek any professional help and didn't take care of my mental health needs at all. I started drinking, but only when I went to the club, which was every weekend, and I would start before we left. I never thought this was a drinking problem because I never did it in front of my children and only on the days I went out. I worked and took care of my home. I made excuses as to how my behavior wasn't the same and that I was having a great time. I wasn't aware that this was all a form of self-harm and that I needed to see a professional to help me find healthier ways to address the abuse instead of pretending like it never happened. I hid my past so much that most of the people I have met in my present life have no idea of the trauma I went through, and this platform is a shock to them. I was like most celebrities we know and love, who put on the mask and pretended nothing was wrong. No one knew of their struggles until they took their life and the actual truth of their mental health was presented to the world. Robin Williams was such a surprise to me. He was the happiest man in the world. I would watch all of his movies when I needed to lift my spirits and have been a fan of his since Mork and Mindy. I grew up with him as a person who helped me when I was at my lowest, not knowing he felt as low as I did. So when we lost him, I knew I had to reevaluate what I was doing. I attempted to get therapy, but it never really helped until I met another Robin who saved my life. Dr. Robin made me see how everything I was doing was hurting me. She let me know that my trauma was nothing I needed to hide and to not be ashamed of my truth. She helped me when I was at the point of suicide. When I tried to kill myself a few years ago, my current husband stopped me and reminded me that it was not the way. I had a few sessions with Dr. Robin and was really impressed with her style, so when I had that gun in my hand and saw how bad things got, I texted her first. She was on vacation but stopped her free time to address my needs and put me on a path to healing. I have learned throughout the years that the things in this video are not a healthy way to deal with my trauma and are in fact a form of self-harm that made me spiral. I am forever grateful to Dr. Robin, my husband, and my daughter for saving me that night, and I will continue to work on myself so I won't need to feel my only option is suicide again. I have and do still struggle with those feelings. I just have better ways to process them, and that is thanks to my community. These are signs of self-harm, and if any of this applies to you, you are not alone. Get the help you need before it is too late. Casual sex. Casual sex, while sometimes seen as a normal part of exploring one's sexuality, can also be a form of self-harm. When engaged in without emotional connection or safety considerations, it can lead to feelings of emptiness, regret, and further emotional damage. It's essential to consider the motives behind such behavior. Are you seeking validation, escape, or masking deeper emotional pain? Recognizing these underlying motives can help you understand the need for healthier, more fulfilling connections. Engaging in casual sex to cope with underlying issues often results in a temporary sense of relief or distraction, but can exacerbate feelings of loneliness and low self-worth in the long run. It's crucial to foster a healthy sense of self-esteem and seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect and emotional connection. Casual sex might provide a temporary escape from emotional pain or fill a void, but it often leads to feelings of guilt, regret, and even shame. It's important to reflect on whether these encounters truly serve your well-being or if they are masking deeper issues that need to be addressed. Building a foundation of self-respect and understanding your own emotional needs can guide you toward more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Therapy, support groups, and self-reflection can help you navigate these complex emotions and develop healthier patterns of intimacy. Isolating yourself. Isolation is another behavior that can be a form of self-harm. While taking time for oneself is necessary, prolonged isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. It's important to differentiate between healthy solitude and harmful isolation. If you find yourself withdrawing from social interactions, ask yourself why. 2. Are you avoiding uncomfortable emotions or situations? Social connections are vital for our mental health. Even when it feels challenging, making an effort to maintain contact with friends, family, or support groups can significantly improve your emotional well-being. Isolation might feel like a protective measure, but it often worsens the very feelings it's meant to guard against. Isolation can create a vicious cycle where the longer you withdraw, the harder it becomes to reconnect. Feelings of loneliness and disconnection can exacerbate mental health issues, making it essential to break this cycle. Engaging in community activities, volunteering, or joining social clubs can help rebuild connections and improve your emotional health. It's also important to recognize that reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Therapists and support groups can provide valuable tools and support in overcoming isolation and rebuilding a sense of community. Additionally, technology can be a bridge to overcome isolation. Virtual meetups, online communities, and social media can provide platforms for connection when in-person interactions feel too overwhelming. However, it's important to balance screen time with real-life interactions to maintain a healthy social life. Overspending. Overspending is a common yet often unrecognized form of self-harm. Shopping and spending money can provide a temporary thrill or distraction from emotional pain, but it can lead to financial stress and guilt. If you find yourself frequently engaging in retail therapy, it might be helpful to explore the emotions driving this behavior. Creating a budget and sticking to it, seeking professional financial advice, and finding healthier ways to cope with stress and emotions can alleviate the urge to overspend. Mindfulness practices can also help in becoming more aware of spending triggers and managing them effectively. Overspending can lead to significant financial problems, creating a cycle of stress and anxiety. Recognizing the emotional triggers that lead to this behavior is the first step toward change. It might be helpful to track your spending and reflect on your emotions during each purchase. Seeking therapy or joining a support group for financial issues can provide additional support and strategies for managing money more effectively. Developing a healthier relationship with money involves understanding its role in your emotional life and finding balance. Moreover, setting financial goals and celebrating small achievements can provide a sense of accomplishment and motivate you to maintain healthy spending habits. Building financial literacy through books, workshops, or courses can also empower you to take control of your finances. MASH overexercising. While exercise is beneficial for health, overexercising can be detrimental. It can lead to physical injuries, chronic fatigue, and emotional burnout. Exercise should enhance your life, not control it. If you feel compelled to work out excessively, it might be worth examining the reasons behind this behavior. Are you trying to escape from emotions or achieve an unrealistic body image? Balancing physical activity with rest and recovery is crucial. Incorporating different forms of self-care, such as yoga, meditation, and leisure activities, can help create a more balanced approach to health and fitness. Overexercising can be driven by a need for control or a desire to meet societal standards of appearance. This behavior can lead to serious physical injuries such as stress fractures, muscle tears, and chronic fatigue, undermining your overall health and well-being. It's important to listen to your body and give it the rest it needs. Diversifying your activities to include low-impact exercises like yoga or swimming can provide physical benefits without the strain. Seeking support from a fitness professional or therapist can also help you develop a healthier relationship with exercise. Understanding the importance of mental health and fitness is also essential. Mind-body exercises, such as Tai Chi and mindful walking, can integrate physical activity with mental relaxation, promoting holistic well-being. Avoiding going to the doctor. Avoiding medical appointments and health checkups can be a form of self-neglect and self-harm. Fear of bad news or a belief that you don't deserve care can prevent you from seeking necessary medical attention. This avoidance can lead to undiagnosed and untreated health issues, exacerbating physical and emotional distress. Taking proactive steps to care for your health is an essential part of self-love and respect. Regular checkups, seeking medical advice when needed, and addressing health concerns promptly can improve your quality of life and well-being. Neglecting medical care can stem from anxiety about potential diagnoses or a deep-seated belief that you are not worthy of care. This avoidance can have serious health consequences, as untreated conditions can worsen over time. Building a routine of regular health checkups and addressing medical concerns promptly is a vital aspect of self-care. Overcoming the fear of medical appointments might involve seeking support from a therapist or a trusted friend to accompany you to appointments. Developing a relationship with a healthcare provider you trust can also alleviate anxiety. Finding a doctor who understands your fears and works collaboratively with you can make medical visits less daunting. Putting everyone else's needs before your own. Constantly prioritizing others' needs over your own can be a subtle yet harmful form of self-harm. While helping others is important, neglecting your own needs can lead to burnout, resentment, and a sense of inadequacy. It's crucial to establish healthy boundaries and ensure that your needs are also being met. Practicing self-compassion and learning to say no are essential skills. Remember that taking care of yourself enables you to better care for others. Ensuring your well-being is not selfish. It's necessary for a balanced and fulfilling life. Putting others' needs before your own can lead to burnout and emotional exhaustion. It's important to recognize that self-care is not selfish, but necessary for your well-being. Establishing healthy boundaries and learning to say no when necessary can help you maintain a balance between caring for others and yourself. Reflecting on why you feel compelled to prioritize others can provide insights into underlying issues. Therapy and self-reflection can help you develop healthier patterns of interaction and ensure that your needs are met. Building a daily self-care routine that includes time for yourself can reinforce the importance of your own needs. Whether it's a hobby, relaxation time, or simply a few moments of solitude, prioritizing your well-being daily can make a significant difference. Eating too much or too. Disordered eating behaviors, whether overeating or undereating, are common forms of self-harm. These behaviors can stem from a desire to control or escape from emotional pain. Overeating might provide temporary comfort, while undereating can be a way to exert control. Developing a healthy relationship with food involves understanding the emotional triggers behind these behaviors. Seeking support from a nutritionist, therapist, or support groups can help you develop healthier eating habits and address the underlying emotional issues. Eating too much or too little can be a way to cope with emotional pain or a means of exerting control. These behaviors can lead to serious health issues, including obesity, malnutrition, and eating disorders. Understanding the emotional triggers behind these behaviors is the first step toward developing a healthier relationship with food. Seeking support from a therapist or nutritionist can provide valuable tools and strategies for managing your relationship with food. Building a balanced approach to eating that includes regular meals and mindful eating practices can help improve both physical and emotional health. Mindful eating practices, such as paying full attention to the eating experience and recognizing hunger and fullness cues, can help cultivate a healthier relationship with food. Joining a support group for disordered eating can also provide a sense of community and shared experiences. Letting toxic people stay in your life. Allowing toxic relationships to persist can be incredibly damaging. Toxic people can drain your energy, undermine your self-esteem, and perpetuate feelings of worthlessness. It's important to recognize these relationships and take steps to protect yourself. Setting boundaries, distancing yourself from toxic individuals, and surrounding yourself with supportive, positive people can significantly improve your emotional well-being. It's okay to let go of relationships that no longer serve your growth and happiness. Toxic relationships can significantly impact your mental health and well-being. It's important to recognize when a relationship is harmful and take steps to protect yourself. This might involve setting boundaries, reducing contact, or ending the relationship altogether. Surrounding yourself with supportive and positive people can help improve your emotional health and well-being. Remember, it's okay to let go of relationships that no longer serve your growth and happiness. Therapy and support groups can provide valuable tools and support in navigating these changes. Recognizing the signs of toxic behavior, such as manipulation, constant criticism, or emotional abuse, is crucial in identifying harmful relationships. Empowering yourself to take action and seek healthier connections can lead to significant personal growth and happiness. Putting yourself in risky situations. Engaging in risky behaviors such as unsafe sex, reckless driving, or substance abuse is a clear form of self-harm. These behaviors often stem from a lack of self-worth or a desire to escape from emotional pain. They can lead to serious physical harm and long-term consequences. Understanding the underlying causes of these behaviors and seeking professional help can guide you towards safer and healthier coping mechanisms. Therapy, support groups, and self-care practices can help you build a stronger sense of self-worth and resilience. Risky behaviors often stem from a lack of self-worth or a desire to escape from emotional pain. These actions can have serious consequences, including physical injury, legal issues, and long-term health problems. Understanding the underlying causes of these behaviors is the first step toward change. Seeking professional help and support from a therapist or support group can provide valuable tools and strategies for managing risky behaviors. Developing healthier coping mechanisms and building a sense of self-worth can help you make safer choices. Developing a safety plan and identifying alternative coping strategies can help reduce the urge to engage in risky behaviors. Building a supportive network of friends and family who understand your struggles can also provide encouragement and accountability. Scratching or other forms of self-injury are direct manifestations of self-harm. These behaviors can be a way to release emotional pain or cope with overwhelming feelings. However, they can lead to physical harm and further emotional distress. Seeking professional help to address the underlying emotional issues and developing healthier coping strategies is crucial. Therapy can provide tools and techniques to manage emotions in a safer and more constructive manner. Self-injury behaviors like scratching can provide a temporary sense of relief, but often lead to further emotional and physical harm. These behaviors are often a way to cope with overwhelming emotions or a means of exerting control over one's body. Seeking professional help is crucial in addressing these behaviors. Therapy can provide tools and techniques for managing emotions and developing healthier coping strategies. Building a support network and practicing self-care can also help reduce the urge to engage in self-injury. Implementing alternative coping strategies such as using ice cubes on the skin, drawing on the skin with a red marker, or engaging in physical activities can provide safer outlets for emotional distress. Creating a crisis plan for moments of intense emotional pain can also help manage urges in healthier ways. Watching things to make yourself feel worse on purpose. Engaging in media or activities that exacerbate negative feelings is another subtle form of self-harm. This can include watching sad movies, reading distressing news, or listening to music that triggers negative emotions. While it might provide a temporary release, it ultimately reinforces negative feelings. Choosing media and activities that uplift and inspire can make a significant difference in your emotional state. Mindfully selecting content that promotes positivity and well-being can help you break the cycle of negative reinforcement. Consuming media that reinforces negative emotions can create a cycle of distress and sadness. It's important to recognize when you are intentionally seeking out content that makes you feel worse and take steps to change this behavior. Choosing media and activities that promote positivity and well-being can significantly improve your emotional health. Mindfully selecting content that uplifts and inspires can help you break the cycle of negative reinforcement. Engaging in hobbies and activities that bring you joy and fulfillment can also improve your emotional well-being. Creating a media consumption plan that includes uplifting and positive content can help shift your focus. Engaging in creative activities, such as painting, writing, or playing music, can also provide emotional release and joy. Sabotaging important relationships. Sabotaging relationships, whether through infidelity, dishonesty, or neglect, can be a way to avoid intimacy or perpetuate feelings of unworthiness. These behaviors often stem from fear of rejection or past traumas. Addressing these fears and working on building trust and communication within relationships is essential. Therapy and relationship counseling can provide valuable tools and support in fostering healthier connections. Sabotaging relationships often stems from a fear of intimacy or rejection. These behaviors can create a self-fulfilling prophecy leading to the very outcomes you fear. Recognizing these patterns and seeking professional help can provide valuable tools and strategies for building healthier relationships. Therapy and relationship counseling can help you address underlying fears and develop healthier communication and trust-building skills. Building a support network of trusted friends and family can also provide valuable support in navigating these challenges. Understanding the impact of past traumas on current relationships and working through these issues in therapy can help break the cycle of sabotage. Practicing vulnerability and open communication can also strengthen relationships and build trust. Having things you are allergic to, deliberately consuming or exposing yourself to allergens, is a harmful behavior that can lead to serious health consequences. This form of self-harm might stem from a desire to punish oneself or a belief that one does not deserve to be healthy. Recognizing this behavior and seeking support to address the underlying emotional issues is crucial. Ensuring you take care of your health and avoid allergens is an important step towards self-love and respect. Consuming allergens or exposing yourself to things you are allergic to can have serious health consequences. Recognizing this behavior as a form of self-harm is the first step toward change. Seeking professional help and support can provide valuable tools and strategies for managing this behavior. Taking proactive steps to care for your health and avoid allergens is an important aspect of self-care. Ensuring you take care of your physical well-being is an important part of self-love and respect. Developing a self-care routine that includes proper nutrition, avoiding allergens, and regular health checkups can reinforce the importance of your well-being. Seeking support from a healthcare provider or therapist can also provide guidance and encouragement. Excessive use of alcohol or drugs. Substance abuse is a well-known form of self-harm that can have devastating physical and emotional consequences. Using alcohol or drugs to numb emotional pain or escape from reality often leads to dependency and further emotional distress. Seeking professional help and support from addiction recovery groups can guide you towards healthier coping mechanisms and a path to recovery. Building a support network and developing healthier habits can significantly improve your quality of life. Substance abuse often stems from a desire to numb emotional pain or escape from reality. Recognizing this behavior as a form of self-harm is the first step toward change. Seeking professional help and support from addiction recovery groups can provide valuable tools and strategies for managing this behavior. Building a support network and developing healthier habits can significantly improve your quality of life. Engaging in hobbies and activities that bring you joy and fulfillment can also help reduce the urge to use substances. Developing a comprehensive recovery plan that includes therapy, support groups, and lifestyle changes can support long-term sobriety. Engaging in mindfulness practices and stress reduction techniques can also help manage triggers and cravings. Punishing yourself by not dressing for the weather. Neglecting to dress appropriately for the weather, whether by wearing too little or too much, can be a form of self-punishment. This behavior might stem from feelings of unworthiness or a desire to self-inflict discomfort. Taking care of your physical comfort and well-being is an important aspect of self-care. Ensuring you dress appropriately for the weather and take steps to protect your health can improve your overall well-being and self-esteem. Neglecting to dress appropriately for the weather can lead to serious health consequences, including hypothermia, heat stroke, and other weather-related illnesses. Recognizing this behavior as a form of self-harm is the first step toward change. Taking proactive steps to care for your physical comfort and well-being is an important aspect of self-care. Ensuring you dress appropriately for the weather and take steps to protect your health can improve your overall well-being and self-esteem. Creating a habit of checking the weather and preparing your clothing accordingly can become a part of your daily self-care routine. Investing in appropriate seasonal clothing and accessories can also ensure you are comfortable and protected in various weather conditions. Beautiful souls, understanding these subtle forms of self-harm is a critical step towards healing and self-care. Recognizing these behaviors in yourself and others allows you to address the underlying emotional issues and seek healthier coping mechanisms. Remember, healing is possible, and you are not alone on this journey. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit from it. Let's build a community of empowered individuals who support each other in living authentically and with confidence. Until next time, take care and stay empowered.